would like to reach out my
Buried with a donkey. He's my favorite honky.
I have Hashimoto's and ADHD. Here's the thesis. Every time I post about having both thyroid issues and ADHD, I get hundreds of DMs saying, oh my gosh, Fiona, I have the exact same thing. I have ADHD and thyroid issues. Is it possible that these two things are connected? I was doing a bit of reading in the restricted section, and I came across something rather odd. Excessive inflammation is a factor in many, if not all, psychiatric disorders. Listen, Linda, we cite our sources. The sources from the International Journal of Neuropsychopharmacology. Isn't it odd that in America, when you're diagnosed with depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, that you are not given any nutritional advice? Isn't it odd that most doctors have little to no nutritional training? Isn't it odd that my insurance company didn't offer me nutritional benefits so I couldn't seek the help of a registered dietitian anyway? Do you know what I learned? I learned this little part of your tummy. This is where your uterus is. So, I always was insecure about my little pooch right there. But you wanna know something? That is protecting your literal uterus. And society tells us that we're like not allowed to have that. And if you have that, you're like not attractive. That's a freaking lie. Protect your uterus.
Living with a chronic illness in New York City, Day 8, ER edition. The infection treated in the last video had spread and I woke up with my lymph node protruding and a small fever. I finished up some work and knew it was time to go to the ER. In case I was admitted, I packed a hefty bag and put together a to-go bag. Without a car or my husband here in New York City, I'm limited on what can come with me, even in an emergency. I was too exhausted to go on public transit, so I paid $30 for an Uber to the hospital and I really hated it. I tried to go to Express Care, which is like an urgent care where the doctor treats you on a screen now, pretty cool. But they decided I was too complicated and I got discharged to the ER. Wah wah. Trust me, it was far from a glamorous experience. The ER was packed and due to COVID, there wasn't any beds for me to rest on. They struggled to find a way to manage the pain, though they figured it out in the end. A very uncomfortable exam table I called a bed, a CT with contrast, IV antibiotics, and a local anesthetic to help restore my neck function. Filled hours later, my fever broke and I headed home. I somehow found the energy to Uber CVS to get my meds, and I nibbled on some food for the first time.
If you are an individual with a period and you don't know how to hack your cycle, this will change your energy, your hormonal health. Every person with a period should know how to do this. Your cycle is split into 4. Your period, your follicular stage, your ovulatory stage, and your luteal stage. I use the Clue app to track my cycle. I am in the luteal stage of my cycle right now. And during the luteal stage, I feel kind of more inward, more introverted, and my energy isn't as high. Simply knowing that it's okay that my energy is a bit lower during this stage was so empowering to me. I wasn't pushing myself to go to the gym if I didn't have the energy to do it. I gave myself rest when I needed rest. And on average, females need anywhere between 150 to 200 extra calories during the luteal stage of your cycle. I just don't feel as bad about sleeping more and eating more during this time, you know? Let me know in the comments if you want a part 2.
Hi, my name is Leslie Mosier, and you may know me as the human behind the super famous and super cute Doug the Pug. What you don't know about me is that I deal with chronic illness and it's a major part of my life. In 2014, I started feeling horrible every day and was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid autoimmune disease. While that was happening, out of nowhere, my skin went absolutely crazy and I got painful cystic acne that just wouldn't go away. At the same time, my periods were getting so painful to the point where I would throw up and couldn't walk and would be bedridden for a week. In In 2018, I had surgery to determine that I have endometriosis and have since gone doctor to doctor to do all I can to manage it. As a way to cope, I wrote a song about chronic illness called Get Better, which became my anthem. Available on Spotify. Doug has helped me so much along the way by comforting me, relaxing me, and bringing me joy. Like and follow if you want a part 2 to see what I am doing to heal naturally.
Ayo, something traumatic happened that changed my life. Check.
I'm dealing with a tough pain day with my endometriosis, so I thought I'd share what I do on a day where I'm hurting. Heat really helps when I'm having horrible cramps, so I use my heating pad and lie down. Doug never leaves my side and seems to know that I'm having a bad day. I put on essential oils and soft music to make it a better vibe. I also hold my healing crystals. I take all of my supplements and herbs like turmeric to help with inflammation and medicine to help with pain too. I use this device called a TENS machine, which sends small electrical currents to targeted body parts. It really helps. Lastly, I take a hot bath and practice deep breathing. I'm super lucky to have a husband who cooks me amazing meals and loves on me, and animals who come make me feel better. Give me a like and follow on here on my Instagram if you want more tips like this.
My biggest flex in the entire world is the fact that I literally do not fart anymore. When I worked my first retail job, my coworkers genuinely thought there were squirrels dying in the walls. That's how bad my farts were. IBS problems, baby. When my boyfriend and I started dating, we would frequently go to Chipotle. We would go back to his place and he literally opened a window. That's how bad it was. He said that he was in love with a girl who had farts that could clear a room. His words, not mine. I have a history of disordered eating, and I never thought about how that impacted my digestion. And I was learning about this in school, and I was like, everyone needs to know this. When we stop eating protein, our body stops creating protein enzymes to break that down. When we eat too far within a caloric deficit and we're too restrictive, our body literally stops creating lactase enzymes. Comment to stay on IBS talk.
So at Circle of Hope, the girls were not allowed to wear tampons. That was because my mom said they would masturbate with them. I know some girls were taken off their birth control, which messes with your hormones and can stop your period, and that did happen. But some girls stopped their periods because they were stressed. And I know one girl went 6 months without a period. I can't speak on them and what it was like for them, but I can speak on what it was like for me. My mom didn't believe me, but I didn't even know what it was called. But I had the worst periods growing up. I could not get out of bed. And during this time, she was a complete cunt to me. I would still have to wake up and feed the animals my dad was supposed to feed for agape. My brother and I would have to do this at 4:30 every morning. But when on my period, my mom was a complete cunt. And she would either splash water in my face to get me out of bed, which I couldn't. It wasn't because I was tired. It was because I was in pain. She never believed me. I wasn't allowed to have pain medication. Yeah.
I'm going to talk about something that's kind of specific to my crazy body, but could also be applicable to women with all kinds of conditions. Intercourse hurts, and it is a deep, deep pain under my bikini line. And I actually had my entire large intestine removed 2 years ago, and my doctor yesterday, when I was talking about it with, said I may have adhesions that it's pulling on when he hits. So I actually bought this 2 years ago when I started having sex. But I haven't been confident enough to whip it out because I haven't had a consistent partner. But basically it's a buffer. So if you have adhesions or endometriosis or PCOS and it hurts when he hits, you put it on him. It's a buffer. It doesn't feel any different for him, but it stops him from hitting you. So
Here's my part 2 of how I'm healing my body while living with endometriosis and Hashimoto's. The first thing that has helped me so much is establishing a healthy routine, which includes drinking a ton of filtered water, meditating, getting vitamin D from the sun, and putting my feet on the earth every morning. I also don't do high impact exercise when I feel tired and go on a lot of walks in nature. I cut out food triggers like gluten, dairy, and soy and replaced them with nutrient dense foods, and my skin started getting better literally overnight. I found a really great doctor to support me, but also realized that I am my own best advocate and I know my body better than anyone. I read so many books on my conditions as well, which really opened me up spiritually. I take all my herbs and supplements every day and practice gratitude for my body. I still have bad days and days with a lot of pain, but because of all of this, I feel mentally so much better and truly know that I am healing. This is a lot to fit in one video, so give me a like and a follow on here and Instagram if you want me to dive deeper on each topic.
So you live at home and your family exclusively eats Tombstone frozen pizzas, factory farm meat, and Fruit Loops for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you're like, excuse me, I can't eat any of that. I have Hashimoto's, I have IBS, I have hypothyroidism. I am riddled with chronic health diseases, and I am a 90-year-old in a 25-year-old body. So I thought I would show you how I adapt to this very unique situation, and I thought I would show you my nutrient bin. Hemp hearts are so easy to throw in a smoothie, throw on a salad. They're rich in omega-3. They'll support your liver. They will help with thyroid and hormonal related issues. So hemp hearts are freaking amazing. Chia seeds, rich in omega-3, so good in smoothies. I actually use oats for baking. I'm not a big oatmeal person, but I will grind this up and use it as flour. Comment if you want a part 2.
Ladies, aren't you tired of hearing, oh, it's so unattractive when ladies drink too much? Oh, she's not drinking to make herself more attractive. She's drinking to make you more attractive. Oh. Do men grab other men's waists when they're trying to get by? Or, oh. Are all my girls that fall asleep with makeup on and wake up the next day and repurpose it? Oh. And the moral of the Beauty and the Beast is looks don't matter as long as you're a man? Oh. So periods are like a friend. They come bearing great news, and then they stay for a week, eat all your food, and then borrow and ruin all of your clothes? Ugh. Attention, ladies of birth control, schedule your period to start October 31st, and you can officially say you decorated your for Halloween. Oh. And bruh, I don't know who told you, but she's not responsible for what her face does when you speak. Ugh. PCOS and endometriosis exist. Not all weight gain is eating related. Oh. Which bag do men use to carry the audacity